Imagine a library with 53 miles of shelves. That's long enough to stretch from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. Now, imagine that library is buried deep underground, protected by the Swiss Guard, and strictly forbidden to the public. They call it the Archivum Secretum, the Vatican Secret Archives. For centuries, the Church told us it was just administrative paperwork, boring letters, old receipts. But if that's true, why did they build a fortress to protect it? Rumors say these shelves hold more than just history. They say they hold the truth about the bloodline of Jesus, ancient books of dark magic that were too dangerous to burn, and a device built by a priest in the 1950s that could allegedly look back in time to photograph the crucifixion of Christ. Are they hiding God, or are they hiding something else entirely? Today, we are cracking open the heavy doors of the Vatican. We're going to separate the history from the hysteria. What are they really hiding in the dark? Let's find out.
First, let's understand the scale of this place. The secret archives aren't just a room. They are a massive, climate-controlled bunker made of reinforced concrete, sitting right beneath the feet of the Pope. It was officially separated from the Vatican Library in the 17th century, sealed off completely from the outside world. Until 1881, no one, not even scholars, was allowed inside. Today, a select few are granted entry, but the rules are strict. You can't browse, you can't just walk down the aisles. You have to request a specific document by name. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, you will never find it. It's the perfect way to hide something in plain sight. We know what is there, and even the admitted inventory is mind-blowing. They have the request from King Henry VIII demanding his divorce, which sparked the English Reformation. They have the handwritten trial documents of Galileo, forced to recant that the Earth moves around the sun. They even have the desperate final letter from Mary, Queen of Scots, written just moments before she was beheaded. But that's the official section. The real mystery lies in what they call the miscellanea, the uncatalogued, the reserved sections. And this is where the story shifts from history to the impossible. Because one of the most persistent rumors isn't about a book, it's about a machine.
Meet Father Pellegrino Ernetti. He wasn't a crazy conspiracy theorist. He was a respected Benedictine monk, an exorcist, and a world-class expert in pre-polyphonic music. In the 1950s, Ernetti made a shocking claim. He said he wasn't just reading history, he was watching it. He called it the Chronovisor. According to Ernetti, he worked with a team of 12 top scientists, including Nobel Prize winner Enrico Fermi and Wernher von Braun, the father of the space program. The theory was simple. Energy is never destroyed, only transformed. Every sound you speak, every light wave that bounces off your face, it doesn't disappear. It just dissipates. Ernetti claimed the Chronovisor could tune into these residual waves like a radio tuning into an old broadcast. He didn't travel in time, he viewed it like a television screen looking into the past. He claimed to have watched Roman Senator Cicero give a speech in 63 BC. But he didn't stop there. He dialed the machine back to the year 33 AD. He claimed to have witnessed the Last Supper, and finally, the crucifixion itself. This photo exists. Ernetti released it as proof. A grainy image of a man's face twisted in pain. For a moment, the world was stunned. But then, skeptics found a suspicious resemblance to a wood carving of Jesus by a Spanish artist made years earlier. Ernetti was accused of fraud. But here is where it gets weird. Before his death in 1994, Ernetti was reportedly silenced. The machine, if it existed, was confiscated by the Vatican. Why? Ernetti told his friends that the Pope issued a decree to dismantle the device, not because it didn't work, but because it worked too well. Imagine a world where there are no secrets, where the Vatican could watch every sin, every crime, every private moment in history. It was too dangerous for humanity. So supposedly, the Chronovisor now sits somewhere in those 53 miles of shelves, waiting.
But if a time machine isn't enough to keep you up at night, let's talk about what else is down there. The Church has spent 2,000 years fighting the devil. Logic dictates that to fight your enemy, you must know your enemy. This leads us to the Grand Grimoire, also known as the Gospel of Satan. Legend says the Vatican holds the original, unaltered copy of this book. It's said to contain the specific rituals to summon Lucifer and make a pact with the devil. Why would the holiest place on earth protect the unholiest book ever written? Skeptics say it's to keep it out of the hands of dangerous people. But conspiracy theorists ask, is it just being stored, or is it being used? And it's not just magic. It's the books that didn't make the cut. The Bible we have today was curated, edited. We know for a fact that the archives contain apocryphal texts, Gospels that paint a very different picture of Christianity. The Gospel of Judas, for example, suggests Judas wasn't a traitor, but Jesus' most trusted disciple who was asked to betray him. If these documents were released to the public 500 years ago, the Church would have collapsed. Today, they remain locked away, for our own protection, of course.
Now, take a deep breath, because we're about to leave Earth. You might think the Vatican is only concerned with the spiritual realm. You would be wrong. The Vatican owns one of the most advanced observatories in the world. It's not in Rome, it's in Arizona, and the telescope there has a name that sounds like a bad joke. It is the Large Binocular Telescope Near-Infrared Utility with Camera and Integral Field Unit for Extragalactic Research. The acronym LUCIFER. They say it's just a coincidence, just a technical name. But combine that with the statements of high-ranking Vatican insider Monsignor Corrado Balducci. Before he died, Balducci went on national Italian television multiple times and said, quote, "Extraterrestrial contact is a real phenomenon. The Vatican is receiving a lot of information about extraterrestrials and their contacts with humans." Why would the Vatican care about aliens? Think about it. If we find life on other planets, does the story of Genesis still hold up? Did Jesus die for their sins too? Many believe the secret archives hold the original accounts of the Watchers or sky beings mentioned in ancient texts, records that prove we have never been alone, and they are preparing us for the moment that truth comes out.
53 miles of shelves, from the handwritten sins of kings to the blueprints of time machines, from the spells of demons to the coordinates of distant stars. The Vatican's secret archives is not just a library, it is the hard drive of Western civilization, and whoever controls the hard drive controls the narrative. They say knowledge is power. Maybe they keep the doors locked, not because they are hiding the truth from us, but because they don't think we can handle it. What do you think? Is the Chronovisor real, or is it just a story to distract us from something even bigger? If you want us to do a deep dive dedicated entirely to the Chronovisor and the lost photo of Jesus, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because the truth is out there, and we're going to find it. Thanks for watching.